This week, 3 pieces of content spread through Canadian feeds. One was a government document written by someone who didn't know which country they were faking. One was an economic promise that defies basic math. And one wasn't made by a human being at all. We audited all 3. Here's what they left behind.
Sunday Sanity Check. Every week, Alexandra and I audit the week's biggest misinformation and hand you one detection tool per story. 3 stories, 3 red flags. One of them will change how you watch videos online. Let's get into it.
You ever have that feeling where you scroll through your feed and everything just breaks? Like the world's logic stops working.
Yeah, this week was something else. I mean, it was all these wild claims about Mark Carney secretly running the government. These documents that looked real if you didn't stare too long. And then this simple 3-word slogan promising to fix the entire economy.
That feeling of overload, where nothing adds up, it isn't random. It's being engineered. And this past week, it came in 3 distinct flavors. So we're doing something different today.
Instead of chasing every single claim and getting lost in the weeds, we're just auditing the 3 biggest ones. And for each one, we give you one red flag, one specific thing you can look for the next time a version of it shows up on your screen.
Stay with us through all 3, because the third one, the AI video clip, that's where this conversation stops being about this week and starts being about every week from here forward. Okay, the first big one this week. This leaked memo supposedly showing Mark Carney secretly planning to quadruple the carbon tax. It had the logos, the formal language, it looked legit if you just scrolled past it. And of course it spread. But the instant tell, the red flag, is a language mismatch.
Right, it's subtle but huge.
The document kept using US-centric terms. It called it a gas tax.
And it referenced the Internal Revenue Service.
Exactly. But in Canada, it's officially the fuel charge, administered by the Canada Revenue Agency, the CRA. You can check that in 2 seconds. No real federal memo would get its own country's basic administrative terms wrong. That's clue number 1, it's fabricated. And then the timeline...
Wait, you caught the timeline thing too?
Yeah. It proposed this aggressive schedule tied to US political cycles, not to any existing Canadian policy review. Real policy documents are boring. They reference the actual legislation, the Greenhouse Gas Pollution Pricing Act. You can go read the act. This memo wasn't built for a filing cabinet. It was built for your emotional reaction, designed to be shared in anger. So the check is simple. See a shocking document, pull up a real Government of Canada news release on the same topic. Just compare the language. The fake one will sound like it's from a different country.
Language mismatch. That's your red flag. 15 seconds and a government webpage, and the whole document falls apart. But here's the problem with that approach. The second claim doesn't need a fake document. No logos, no letterhead, just 3 words. And that's somehow harder to catch. All right, second major claim. This was the promise that Canada's GDP would instantly double, inflation would vanish if we just got rid of the carbon tax. A single, simple solution to everything.
That's red flag number 2. The simple solution trap.
Exactly. If a slogan that fits on a hat claims to solve global inflation, supply chains, and economic growth all at once, it's not a policy, it's a narrative. The goal is to stop your critical thinking before it starts, and you have to check the actual source. The Parliamentary Budget Officer, the PBO, publishes independent reports. Their analysis shows that the carbon tax's net impact on the overall economy is a fraction of a percent of GDP.
A few tenths of a point.
Right. It's a line item. It is not the singular driver of every economic metric. The Axe the Tax promise needs you to ignore every other factor. Interest rates from the Bank of Canada, corporate profits, housing supply. It asks you to believe one small policy lever is responsible for everything.
And that's the trap. You get pulled into arguing about this one thing, so you stop looking at everything else. The red flag is the impossible scale. Real analysis is complicated, full of caveats. Viral certainty, the tweet-sized kind, is just a product they're selling.
Before the third story, and you need to hear this one, if this kind of weekly audit is useful to you, we put it in writing too. The Sanity newsletter, every Sunday, breaking down the top misinformation hitting Canadian feeds. Straight to you, no algorithm. Find it at thesanity.org. It's free.
Okay, 2 down, 1 to go. And I said at the top that the third one was different. Here's why. The first 2, you can debunk with a web page and a PBO report. The third one, you need to trust your ears. Then the third claim, all video. A clip of Pierre Poilievre in this heated exchange, supposedly destroying someone. The editing was sharp, captions furious, but your gut said wait.
The other voice had that flat, synthetic quality.
Yeah. Red flag 3, missing provenance. You couldn't find this on the actual news channel's site or their official YouTube. Only on meme accounts, Patriot pages.
Real journalism has a trail, a full interview, a date, a source. If a viral clip can't be traced back to an original, credible upload, if the only source is another page sharing the same clip, it's not real in the way it's being sold. It's a ghost.
The audio's the tell. A few clear words, then a sentence where the rhythm falls apart. The text good for a soundbite, but it can't fake the natural stumble of a real argument.
This isn't even persuasion now. It's engagement farming, engineering that quick hit of vindication for the share. Your defense is one question. Show me the full context. If they can't, or they just point to another Twitter account, you have your answer. So you look at those two together, and the pattern gets clearer. The memo and the slogan are doing the same job from opposite angles.
Right. One fabricates a terrifying future document to make you panic. The other sells a magical, simple past. Just remove this one thing, and everything was perfect. Neither exists. The memo wasn't written for a bureaucrat. It was written for your timeline. The economic promise wasn't crafted by an economist. It was crafted by a marketer.
And they both rely on you not doing the basic boring work of verification. Checking the official name of a tax agency, reading a single page of a nonpartisan budget report. The entire strategy collapses if you just look at the source material for 30 seconds.
Because the goal isn't to win a policy debate, it's to flood the zone, to make the real complicated conversation about climate policy or economic trade-offs impossible to even have. You're either fighting a ghost document or chasing a miracle cure. Both are dead ends.
So that's the audit. A document with the wrong country's language, an economic fix that defies scale, a video clip that's a ghost, 3 different formats, one objective. Get the reaction first.
And your power isn't in debunking it all. It's in creating that split-second pause. Terminology sound off? Promise seems too perfect? Can't find the original source. Those are your cues. That interruption breaks the circuit. It moves you from reacting to thinking.
And if you want this conversation in your ears every week, subscribe to the Sanity Project wherever you listen to podcasts. Apple, Spotify, everywhere else. If someone in your life is getting hit with this stuff, send them this episode. That's how we actually fight back. If this helped you spot those patterns, subscribe. We're back next Sunday to break down 3 more.
Stay skeptical.
If you want more facts and less fear, hit subscribe. Check out the next breakdown wherever you're listening or watching. Stay sane, Canada.